All right. Hello and welcome to this week's live. Hi, guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm Marina Blackford. I'm trying to make sure I can hear myself. All right. I love to get going with these lives. The lives have been really fun for me. I get to interact with you all. I get to talk about current topics and I get to kind of ask you guys what you want to chat about. So I'm hoping you all can hear me well. All right. Yes. Let's see. So I posted some options for topics on my channel earlier today. I said, what should we chat about? Should we chat about food, mental health, chemo tips, and food was the popular request. So tonight we're going to talk about food. I want to make sure you can hear me well. If you could give me either a thumbs up or a yes or a hi, that would be great. All right. Trying the new AirPods here. All right. Remember, if you guys are on here live, I don't see who is on here. I at all. I don't unless you comment, I cannot see who's here, and that's okay because I want you guys to just feel comfortable and be here and watch, and you can chat with me or you can not chat with me, whatever works for you. This is totally for you. So, thank you for everybody that comes on here. Let's get going. Welcome. I'm Marina Blackford. I am a two-time breast cancer survivor. I'm a mom to toddlers, and I'm here to pay forward positivity and life hacks for you guys. So I love doing the lives lately. This just gives us a chance to connect. So, all right, today's topic was food. So we'll get going on that in just a minute. I just always want to thank you guys for being here. Hello, good. So I hope you can hear me well. If you can't, somebody let me know. Um, I feel like these AirPods, I can't hear myself very well. I don't know. Okay. All right. So thank you for being here, you guys. This is your time out of your life. So I appreciate you so much. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. It really helps me see what you guys are watching and you like. Make sure you like a video if it helped you at all. That also helps me. All right. Hello. Thank you. I love having you guys pop up with chats here. So again, I don't see that you're here at all unless you chat. And then I see your name. So yay. Thank you, Marva. All right. Thank you. Hello, Kathleen. Hello, Tia Moore. Oh, may I hope I pronounced your names right, but I love seeing you guys here. All right, so right now I've committed to two lives a month. Hello, Leela. And I've really enjoyed it. It keeps us just current. And Chris, I saw your comment earlier and I did comment back. I'm sorry to hear you were having stomach issues. This kind of goes in line with today, though. We're going to talk about what I eat and some tips for you guys. I did not have diarrhea during chemo, and I am probably very lucky in that sense because I think it can be common. I did have soft stool, and I think sometimes it's not just the chemo, it literally is everything. It is the steroid, it is the anti-nausea. It's so much. It's a lot. Um, yeah, and I saw your stage 4 too, and I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So let's talk about what my experience was and what tips I have for you guys and see if any of that could help you. But it says Chris G for commenting about their diarrhea. The best thing I could tell for you right now is that you're getting medical attention, and that's the only focus you have right now. That's your only focus is to make sure you're getting fluids if you have diarrhea. Taste is going to be a huge issue with this too. Someone else is like, how do we work around taste? Well, that's a great question, you guys, because you lose your taste or it changes drastically during chemo, and there's literally nothing you can do about it except to not have chemo. You can't. Everything tastes very bland. It's very disappointing. My best advice for taste is to use strong ingredients that might come through. I feel like lemon comes through. I feel like garlic comes through. Um, I feel like sweets comes through. But we're going to talk about sweets. So I'll get going with my little outline for today and just keep throwing out the comments. So again, I'm doing about two lives a month and it's landing on Wednesday nights mostly. So I will post ahead of time. I'm still trying to get better about posting a schedule in advance for you guys, but thank you for being here. You can always rewatch this live later it uploads to my channel, so it's always here. All right, food. I wrote down 4 things that I do when I'm looking at my food. I think I had some constipation too, and you're right. Again, it has to do with the other stuff, not so much the chemo. 4 things. Number 1, I always buy organic when I can, and I know organic costs more. Um, but you guys, what is the big picture? The big picture is your health. If you can opt to buy the organic, do it, and if you can save somewhere else in your life, then but just make the arrangements to buy the organic. I love that you started juicing. That's in my topic too. All right, so number 1, just buy organic, guys. If something is certified organic, it has gone through a process of making sure it has less pesticides and less toxins that enter your food, that enters your body. You know, what can we control during cancer? We can control how we eat and what we consume as far as everything, what we consume as far as food, drinks, what we put on our body, and what we consume in our mind. And that's why we're here to pay for positivity. So buy organic when you guys can. It's, I mean, I shop locally at a store called Fry's. It's known as Kroger. They make us store brand organic now, and it makes it so much more affordable. I mean, Whole Foods is great. Sprouts is great. Some of these places are pricey. Just your local grocer likely has organic for you. Even Walmarts are carrying organic now. It's great. That's number 1. Number 2, I use natural sweeteners, and that's a change I made over the last couple years by following someone that informed me on food, and that's Bobby Parrish. He is on YouTube as Flav City or Instagram, and I love following him for grocery shopping tips or ingredient tips. So, natural sweeteners are honey, maple syrup, agave, monk fruit sweetener, coconut sugar. These are natural. I mean, a cane sugar is natural, but cane sugar spikes are glucose and it's usually GMO, just like all the corn. So you want to avoid the GMO stuff and anything that's going to spike inflammation and glucose in your body. So I use natural sweeteners. I buy organic maple syrup from Costco. I feel like it's the best deal. Yeah, you can eat Five Guys or McDonald's once in a while during chemo. 100%. I'm going to give you my 4 best tips. And you guys just know I'm a real person and I had a sub from a fast food place yesterday for lunch. Okay, like you got to just eat sometimes. Organic agave. I think I like agave best drizzled in my smoothie because the honey in smoothies like doesn't blend very well because the cold yogurt makes it hard. So you're going to find when your sweeteners work best and stuff. Organic maple syrup, I use it in my oatmeal. Honey, I use it in my hot tea. Agave, I use in my smoothies. So coconut sugar, you can put that in your hot cereals instead of brown sugar, which is cane sugar with molasses. So just switch to natural sweeteners. It's an easy replacement. It really is. And a lot of times it tastes better and you don't get that spike in like, charged up sugar high and then a crash. You don't get the crash. All right. I have had 2 babies. I have a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. And you better believe I ate McDonald's breakfast when I was pregnant because I was so nauseous. It was one of the only things I could stomach was an Egg McMuffin. Okay, I am a person. But I'm a person, obviously. I do not eat McDonald's regularly though, but I did when I was pregnant. So I get it. You got to eat what you can when you're going through chemo. These are just general tips. And I want to remind you guys too, these are general tips for not just during chemo. This is for you lowering your cancer risk. So this is for before, during, and after chemo. I did work out during chemo. Um, Very modified. During ANC, the only workout I could do was yoga because it's such a draining chemo. And then once I got on Taxol, I was able to do workouts like go for a jog or do an at-home weight workout. Often not the 2 days after chemo, at least let a couple days pass, get some energy back, and then I could do a workout. And I think your level of working out just depends on where you were at before chemo, and just know it's going to be modified during chemo. But I think anything that helps you pump the blood through your body is good. Dealing with neuropathy, that is hard because neuropathy can be something that once it sets in, it's very hard to get rid of. The only thing with pain, she's got to talk to her doctor about that. But sometimes doing these food tips might help. So she's got to take out a lot of sugar in her diet that might help with joint pain and inflammation. Sugar in your diet is having, processed foods and sweets, having a lot of soda, having anything sweetened with cane sugar. So iced tea, try to avoid that and use the natural sweeteners. It might help with joint pain. Also consuming more fruits and vegetables um, could help with joint pain. It really can. Healthy things. Beyond that, she might need a prescription. Um, Gabapentin is meant to help with joint pain. You do what you have to do. I was going to say, as long as the joint pain, vitamin B, okay, could help people with neuropathy. Good. And look up whole foods that have vitamin B in them, guys, and get that in your diet. Uh, Vitamins are good. They're supplements. They're there for us, but sometimes we don't know the level of how pure they are. And so when you can get a vitamin more from your food, it actually is up, your body takes it up better. Yes, coffee. I'll touch on coffee in just a minute here too. So natural sweeteners. Okay, number three. Um, yes, I love that people are saying check vitamin B levels. Number three that I look at with food is what I drink. You have to think about what we're drinking because we're all sipping on something throughout the day. So what is it? For me, it's 100% water most of the time. I guess it's not 100%. I drink a lot of water. Um, Beyond that, I really just drink tea, and I always buy organic tea when possible. So I love organic green tea, and I just make one in the afternoon. And I buy organic cold brew coffee. You asked if I recommend a coffee. My husband uses an espresso and a Keurig and switches back and forth. He has one a day. I don't. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I never have been. They give me headaches. But I like cold brew coffee and I just buy it in a glass jug and it's organic. And so it's in glass, not plastic, also, by the way. I'm trying to minimize stuff in plastic, but I mean, we live in a plastic world. Yeah, absolutely. Triple negative breast cancer, not sleeping well. Yeah, if you're on chemo, water's boring. Um, She's likely not sleeping well on chemo because of the steroids they're also giving her. So she's going to need to use something like lavender oil to help her get sleepy. Have a bedtime routine of putting on a meditation, sleep with a fan on because she's going to get some hormones being affected. Sorry, my doggies. Okay, we're good. Dogs, welcome to my channel. I have two dogs. I think he's okay. I think he's okay. um, okay, so let's talk about another option. If you guys drink soda or you feel like you need something bubbly, um, soda's a tough one. I have just never been a big soda drinker. Throw your questions out. I don't mind. Thank you. But I do like an option of having like soda water. This is one of the best brands you can buy that does not have natural flavors, which is not natural at all. It's a chemical made in the lab. But this is called Spindrift. You can find it at a grocer, Costco, and it's made with real squeezed fruit. So, yes, it has calories, I mean, 9, but it has pure ingredients. So, the only ingredients is carbonated water, a few fruit puree. So this will be raspberry and lime juice. And that's it. 3 things. No added sugars. So it has 1 gram of sugar. These are great options for you soda drinkers. Find Spindrift. This is, I mean, there's LaCroix. Oh, I don't know about Kavita. Is that kombucha? Kavita? Um, I don't drink a lot of kombucha because a lot of it just has a lot of sugar in it. So you got to be really kind of picky about it. That being said, I have a kombucha in my fridge right now, though I buy them occasionally. I just don't drink a lot of it. Um, so there's an option for you. Oh, they had this. Hello, welcome. This is another option with Spindrift. This one is their tea. So all it has is black tea and a squeeze of lemon in it. It's just carbonated water, lemon juice, and brewed black tea. So those are good options. I have those here. I drink them sometime. Honestly, not a lot. My husband is a soda drinker, so I'm gonna use his as an example. Him as an example. Um, it's kombucha. Yeah, kombucha is great. Probiotics are great. Just kind of read the ingredients and how much sugar is in them. I think sometimes. My husband loves soda, so I don't think diet is very good for you. The diet stuff is very confusing for your brain and body, guys. So if he's gonna have a soda, we buy these mini Cokes. So they're just smaller and it just has it has corn syrup in it. Okay, but it's not the diet stuff. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I'm giving any of you hope. Guys, I'm just a person that has had breast cancer twice, and I'm just doing my best to live this life well. And I just appreciate you all for believing in me, being here. Oh, time to relax. Welcome to my programmed house. I'm going to trip light for you just real quick. All right, number 4. Oh, let me just finish that last thought about what you consume and drink. So I don't do soda. I really try to minimize that. I do lemonade sometimes. That's kind of my treat if I'm eating out, like lunch on the go or something. And I don't drink a lot of alcohol. That's just me. I used to, trust me. I did. I've lived this life. Um, I just don't drink it often. I tend to drink alcohol only like I pair it with the moment. So maybe a glass of wine with a nice meal, maybe a beer with tacos, or just if I'm amongst friends, one or two. I just really minimize it. Oh, she will heal. Absolutely. Your wife will heal through treatment and everything she's fighting for right now. She will heal. Sleep is a huge part of healing, but the sleep will become better after the treatment. Detox. Detox. Ask me again about the detox, what you mean by that. Red meat, I do try to minimize red meat. That being said, my iron was so low during chemo, so really pay attention to your iron. You're going to need to up your leafy greens, and you might need to have more meat than you normally do. If you're consuming red meat, just make sure it's grass fed. That is the healthy version of red meat. Again, there's just healthier versions of consuming products, guys. Um, and I love a good grass fed steak or burger. I mean, I don't do it often, but if you're going to do it well. That's the whole point of today's topic. Leads me to my fourth point is I just look for foods that have whole ingredients, meaning, they don't have the sugar we talked about, but they have healthy oils. So I try to get food that doesn't have canola oil in it. It has olive oil. Yeah, your iron will definitely drop. Yeah, yeah. Both you guys are commenting the iron, so thank you. But whole ingredients, just, or I cook with whole ingredients too, is my point. So lots of fruits and vegetables and lots of good oil. Olive oil, make sure it's good, trustworthy olive oil. There is a whole thing out there with fake olive oils. Who knew? Avocado oil is top notch if you're cooking on a high heat. It's the best oil you can use for your heart health. Um, get rid of all the bad oils. No vegetable oil, no canola oil. Um, don't use them. Avoid them if you can. They cause inflammation and they're bad for your heart. So they're in a lot of our products. So you just got to look at ingredients. Your question about chemo is very specific, so I can't speak to the Keytruda because I didn't do that, but I hear it is hard. Yeah, I hear it is really hard. Um, People are on different chemos because of their different types of cancer and different stages, and that's just one that you're going to have to talk to your doctors more about because I didn't do Keytruda, but I hear it's very hard to stomach. Let's do it. Next topic, breakfast items. Thank you. Those are my 4 points. So let's go to all my tips. Let's start with breakfast. Breakfast. I love to eat eggs. I love eggs, guys. I don't actually do a lot of other protein like meat. I'm not a big meat craver. So eggs is good for me. What do? I buy pasture raised eggs. It's a higher quality egg. It's higher quality than cage free. It's about $5 a dozen. It's even more at the farmer's market. They're about $7 a dozen, but it's just like they taste better and you're getting good quality eggs. So pasture raised eggs. Um, I love a bagel and cream cheese. I buy organic cream cheese. I love salmon with that often. So salmon, so I get some omega 3s. I don't tend to eat salmon more than once a week because mercury. Um, so many things to worry about. I love avocado toast. I love oatmeal. Here's an example of the brand I love. This is called Better Oats, and I buy their organic oatmeal. Comes in a packet. All it is organic oats with like flax seeds and quinoa, and I just add hot water and maple syrup and walnuts and raisins. I get add the walnuts for omega 3s. I'm not Filipino, but chicken adobo sounds wonderful. Chicken has a lot of healing properties, especially when you cook it whole with the bone in. You get a lot of collagen from the chicken, so chicken can be very good for you. All right, so and overnight oats. I love overnight oats because it's a great way to throw in some organic, plain whole milk yogurt. It's another staple we have in the fridge. Throw that in the organic oats, yogurt, add some chia seeds, and then fill that with a liquid of your choice. I usually use almond milk and sweeten it with syrup, and you have overnight oats, and they're fantastic. Um, those are all breakfast ideas. I hope that helps. And I always throw fruit in there when I can. Always throw in a side of blueberries, fresh raspberries, strawberries, banana, whatever's in season. Getting fruit in. I'm not. I'm not somebody that really watches what type of fruit. I'd say don't eat a lot of apples. I think that's one of the most sugary fruits. But I love all the others. So lunch, I tend to do a lot of leftovers from dinner, but other ideas, I love tuna and I love beans. I eat a lot of refried beans, organic. Fairlife protein. Fairlife protein, um, I think is a great way to get protein if you're not able to keep a lot of stuff down during chemo. I buy it. I have Fairlife chocolate milk in our fridge. My kids like it sometimes. I wish it was organic. It's not. I buy organic milk and I mix it with Fairlife chocolate milk if my kids are getting chocolate milk. So, guys, just do your best and, everything in moderation, Um, so I buy Fairlife. I just don't consume it a lot myself. But yeah. Dinner, I tend to cook a lot of pasta, so I always buy organic pasta. I love pasta alternatives to get less carbs, so the chickpea pastas are great. The lentil pastas are awesome. Trader Joe's has one that's literally just organic lentil pasta, and it's just great. I cook a lot of chicken, I feel like. So whether we grill it, bake it, put it in the Instant Pot and serve it with rice. I'm trying to switch over to doing quinoa more instead of rice, but I just love rice. Um, the problem is with rice is I think it's just it's another one it's hard to get. Um, Even when it's organic, it still has a lot of levels of pesticides in it. I forget the word for that, but you get the idea. Do a lot of chicken. And I love vegan sausage. I like Field Roast Company's vegan sausage, and I add it to pasta, and I just really like vegan sausage. So, search your store, see what they have, try some new ingredients. Dessert, I eat dessert sometimes. I'm a big fan of dark chocolate. I love the bark thins lately, dark chocolate with almonds. So there's some sweet ideas. I like an ice cream occasionally. And that's it, guys. That's it for my tips. Um, Ice cream, I buy Breyers because if I am going to eat ice cream, it's just minimal ingredients. I buy Breyers natural vanilla, but there's probably better stuff for you guys out there, like coconut milk ice cream. I don't know. But that's all examples of the 4 things I look for when I eat and examples for what lentils make you blow. Okay. Yeah, I know. You guys, we have to play around with some of these pastas. I mean, because the chickpea one, if you're not used to using it, is going to be honestly a little disappointing as a pasta. Chickpea pasta is kind of, so make sure you jazz it up with some really good marinara. I grabbed some products that are in my pantry to show you. So here's an example of like a marinara, and they're just not all created equal because a lot of them have a lot of sugar and bad oils in them. So I love this brand, Macetta. These are all Italian plum tomatoes. So when I read the ingredients, Italian plum tomatoes from the Marzano region, imported olive oil, fresh onions, sea salt, fresh garlic, fresh basil, black pepper, spices. That's it. There's no sugar, there's no canola oil, there's no natural flavors. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about whole ingredients, guys. Just buy the better products and everything tastes better when you buy the better products, the more pure products, especially if you've lost your taste. This still tastes good. So buy the good stuff. And I don't know, this is like $5 to $7. It's big. It's good. My kids love soup, and I can't be super mom. I can't work, do YouTube, and be a mom to toddlers. So I buy cans sometimes. Actually a lot. I buy this a lot, but it's Annie's Organic. I love the organic brand for kids, and so this is something my kids eat a lot. And it's a great option for you as a chemo patient. Chicken soup. Snacks, we eat popcorn. I do not buy microwave popcorn, guys. You have to Google microwave popcorn. It is like not good for you at all. But without making it yourself on the stove, there are brands like this, like my duck clip. Did all my side effects go away after chemo? Yes and no. And touch on that just a minute. But this popcorn is by Lesser Evil. It's all it is. Again, read ingredients, guys. Organic, non-GMO popcorn. Organic, extra virgin coconut oil, Himalayan salt. That's it. And it's so good. So I love this stuff. Look for stuff with just good ingredients. If you're going to buy tortilla chips, which I also love, organic, always organic when it comes to corn products. And too much corn products are not good for your gut health, by the way. So one more thing to look for. Do I eat meat? Yeah, I eat meat sometimes. Like if I'm really hungry and I need a protein snack, I buy this Archer Provisions. This was at Costco. Grass-fed beef. I love when people are proud of their ingredients. If you read this, I mean, it's beef, water, celery powder, black pepper, cherry powder, coriander, ground nutmeg, parsley, and colored beef collagen, aka paprika and beta carotene. I mean, guys, you can't find a better beef jerky if you're going to eat meat. So just read the ingredients and follow the experts. The Food Babe is one, and Flav City is another one. And I love following people that have knowledge on what to buy. So I'm paying for those tips to you tonight. Effects after chemo. Effects are going to be nausea, neuropathy, sleeping. Okay. Nausea totally goes away after chemo for me. Once chemo's done, not nauseous. Neuropathy. If you can ice your hands and feet during chemo, you'll have less effects of neuropathy. My oncologist told me to do it. I highly believe in it. Also, if you can do acupuncture literally during chemo, if it's available to you, this will help with neuropathy. Or if you can go to acupuncture the day of or the next day after chemo, it will also help with neuropathy and nausea. These are just natural, easy things. These are natural things to do to help with that. Neuropathy has lingering effects. If it sets in during chemo, no, it will not immediately go away. And it'll take 6 months to a year to really figure out how bad your neuropathy is. After a year, you will see that it gets better, I believe. After 6 months and a year, it gets better. Again, to varying degrees. It'll get slightly better. It may not ever go away completely. I can't answer that yet because I still have some neuropathy. But actually, it has gotten better because I forgot. I talked to my nurse at the cancer center and they reminded me. Good. Got better for you. What else? Yes, stay hydrated. Always stay hydrated. It's one of my number one tips. Drink lots of water. Don't get dehydrated during chemo. It's really hard to come back from being dehydrated, and then it's harder to deal with all the effects. Sleep gets better after chemo. It still is affected because hormones are affected often for us women. So great feedback that icing the hands and feet is helping. Somebody asked me on my channel and I felt I didn't know how to answer it politely, but they were like, so does it really work to ice hands and feet? And I'm like, okay, my oncologist told me, and if you don't do it, like I didn't want to risk not doing it. So just do it. Just do it. Guys, just do it sometimes. Like sometimes we overthink this whole process because it's heavy. Cancer is a heavy topic. It's scary. It's something you've never done before, hopefully. But I would encourage you to sometimes not overthink it because there's just too much to worry about in this life. So focus on one day at a time. What can I do today to feel better? Can I eat a piece of fruit? Will that make me feel better? Probably. It's like getting you hydrated and getting you fiber and helping. And just write down your questions and concerns. Ask me here, ask your doctors, talk to a friend. Just try to really simplify it because I will tell you from experience that the mind can make this process harder than it needs to be sometimes. Just be at peace with where you're at, that you have found you have cancer if that's the case, that you are focusing on beating it and you have a chance and you have hope. And I just truly believe there's always hope. There are people out there with stage 4 cancer that are living their life every day and overcoming it. So, um, just lots of well wishes to you all out there. I appreciate you being here and your time. And make sure you subscribe and like this video if it helped you. And my next video will be a pre recorded one. I'll load that next week for you. I think I'm going to touch on a topic I know a lot about, which is the mouth and oral health, because I'm a dental hygienist and I really want to pay forward some tips for you guys in that area. So that will be my next video. Look for that soon. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye. I'll see you in the next video.